Welcome to Saturday afternoon at the Westerns on KTZZ TV 22 Seattle. Coming up.
Big Time Wrestling.
Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Don Cos, for Big Time Wrestling. Today, main event. A main event they were not going to have on television, but they've decided to go ahead and show it anyway. Rip Oliver and Coco Samoa. A grudge match, a title match. And we've got more action where that came from, too. And, of course, news and interviews and everything right after this. Don't go away. And here we go. Big Time Wrestling coming your way right from the arena. Glad to have you along. Good crowd here in the arena. And if you're watching us in Seattle on KTZZ Channel 22, certainly welcome you folks. Appreciate your viewership. And you might drop a line to KTZZ. Tell them you watch Big Time Wrestling. And that is probably the finest thing that ever happened in your life. Can you do that for us? Appreciate that. You folks over in the Spokane area, you're watching Big Time Wrestling on Cox Cable, and we certainly are very appreciative to the folks at Cox Cable for showing Big Time Wrestling every Tuesday and Thursday. Here's Don Owen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next event will be one fall. Introducing in this corner, 235 pounds from North Carolina, Stoney Burke. His opponent in this corner, 224 pounds from the South Pacific, Tama, Samoa. Coco will be meeting Rip Oliver in the final bout this evening for the Northwest Heavyweight Championship. This will be on last. Thank you.
As we said before, that was a bout they were not going to have on TV, the Coco Samoa Rip Oliver bout. If you've been watching the past couple of weeks, you, I'm sure, have already heard what happened to Coco Samoa 2 weeks ago in a match with Rip Oliver. Coco had salt thrown into his face, into his eyes. He was taken to the hospital. He has a patch over one eye, an eye that was severely damaged by that salt. He's going to be okay. The eye will be all right, but he has to wear that patch on it. He can't get anything in the eye. But that was such a terrible thing to do, because it could have blinded Coco. Needless to say, Coco Samoa has more than a grudge or a feud going with Rip Oliver. He has a war going with Oliver, and that ring is going to be the battlefield in just a little bit. Our main event, Rip Oliver and Coco Samoa. This should be a pretty scientific match. It should be, but you never know. Tempers can flare, egos can get bruised, and then friends can become bitter enemies in a matter of seconds. Stoney Burke and Tama Samoa. National Wrestling Alliance referee Sandy Barr, third man in the squared circle. Into the ropes goes Stoney Burke. Oh, a shoulder tackle, and down hard goes Tama Samoa. Now takedown by Stoney. Head scissors by Tama. Tama Samoa, another one of the Samoan barefooted wrestlers. We have another barefooted wrestler in the Northwest, not Samoan, but certainly very, very exciting. That is Vinnie Valentino. He made his debut today, just before we went on the air. Very impressive young man from Arizona. Don Owen found out about Vinnie from Rowdy Roddy Piper, brought him in here. And he's going to be a very, very exciting wrestler to watch. This is our first match today on Big Time Wrestling. Tama Samoa and Stoney Burke. You can just kind of feel, like Lonnie Main used to say, the excitement in the air, the tension. It's all because of our main event. You folks over in the Pendleton area, Pendleton, Oregon, we're going to be coming your way on August 3rd. That's tomorrow, Sunday, 8 o'clock, the Pendleton Armory. And the Clan's going to be there. Coco Samoa. And Vinnie Valentino will be there. And we may have our new tag team there too. Don Owen is bringing in a super hot tag team from the East Coast. These two young men have been compared to the Rock and Roll Express on the East Coast, and they call themselves the Santa Fe Express. Well, they're going to be here next week, and I believe that they will be on that card in Pendleton. You can get your tickets at the Club Cigar Store in Pendleton for that match tomorrow, Sunday. And then Monday, August 4th, we're going to be at J.M. Perry Tech, starting at 8 o'clock. This is the match everybody will want to see. Coco Samoa. This man is on fire. He's out for blood. He's asked for a match with Rip Oliver. In fact, he's asked Don Owen to put him in against Rip Oliver in every town that they're in. I don't know if that's going to happen in every town, but it looks like we're certainly going to have it today. And it looks like it's going to be happening in Yakima on Monday the 4th. You can get your tickets there at the country store in Yakima. And then on Tuesday, August 5th, we're going to be in White Swan, Washington, 8 o'clock. Big Time Wrestling come to the White Swan Pavilion. This will be, in fact, this is going to be the biggest card ever that they've ever held in White Swan. And over the 10-man over-the-top battle royal for a $1,000 prize going to the last man in the card. This one's sponsored by the White Swan Ambulance Service. A little bit later on, we'll tell you how you can sponsor pro wrestling to raise money for charity. We'll tell you about that a little bit later. Right now, Stoney Burke, Coco Samoa. Really working up a sweat out there. There's a body slam by Stoney Burke on Coco. Here comes an arm whip into the ropes. Oh, and Stoney misses with an elbow. Flying body press by Coco Samoa. If he'd had a little more weight on him, he might have been able to pull that one off. Coco, of course, giving up quite a bit of size, a lot of height, and quite a bit of weight to Stoney Burke. Stoney backs Coco against the turnbuckle. Sandy Barr asking for a clean break, and he's got it. Small package. Coco Samoa wrapping Stoney Burke up in a small package. Stoney gets out after the count of 2. Body slam by Stoney. There goes an arm whip into the ropes. Elbow from Stoney Burke on Coco Samoa. Now he's got Coco again against the turnbuckle, driving into him like a tackling dummy. And there comes a whip into the turnbuckle on the other side. And oh, what a move by Tama Samoa. 1, 2, and Stoney kicks out. If I call Tama Coco every once in a while, I apologize. And I did. I was calling him Coco for a while. Tama Samoa, of course. We've been talking about Coco Samoa battling Rip Oliver in the main event, and Tama Samoa got a 2 count on Stoney Burke. Now Stoney gets a 2 count on Tama. Another 2 count. And we have run out of time in our first match today on Big Time Wrestling. Tama Samoa battling to a draw with Stoney Burke. Both men shake hands. Good sportsmanship. And getting a nice round of applause from the folks here in the arena. We will be back with our second match and a special interview after this timeout. These are our 2 newest pro wrestlers in the Northwest, Vinnie Valentino and, of course, Ricky Santana.
How you doing, Don? Pleasure to be here on Big Time Wrestling. I want to salute all the fans in the Washington and the Great Pacific Northwest area, and especially tomorrow night in Pendleton. I'm going to be there, and I want all the fans to come out there and give me the support like they've been doing. I want all the kids and all the girls and everybody to come up and shake hands with me and say hi. I want to get acquainted. And then the following night, we're going to be in Yakima. And on Wednesday night, we're going to be in White Swan, and I'm looking forward to being there and having all the fans. And Rip Oliver, you better guard your back because we're coming at you full stride.
Okay, well, Ricky, you've been in the Northwest now for about a week and a half. Vinnie Valentino, welcome to the Northwest.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. You know, we traveled all over. I've been wrestling about 5 years now, and I took about a year off. I had a little injury. I just came back from overseas. And you know what, Don? I heard Rick Oliver's name over there, Miller's, and this Abudadein. They talked about the clan over there, what was going on in here in Portland. So the first place I came was here in Portland, Oregon at the airport. I ran across some wrestling fans, and they told me about what was happening here. They told me about what the clan was doing. They said, brother, we need some help. The family needs to stick together. The people need some power. So they talked me into staying here. I called up the promoter, Don Owens. I said, Mr. Owens, I like to wrestle in this area. I like to have an open contract. He told me you get to start from the bottom and work your way up. I said, that's fine. But I'm here, and the people will stick together. We're going to fight that clan all the way to the end, because this barefooted Long Island boy ain't going to take no jive from any of you guys.
All right, we were talking a little while ago about a plan for the clan. You've got one, and Vinnie, you obviously have a plan for the clan.
Oh, we're going to go after them. We're going to go after them until they are run out of this area here.
Starting tomorrow in Pendleton.
Starting tomorrow in Pendleton, Oliver, Abudadein, Miller, better count your days because they're numbered, because there's a change in the plan, and we are take a good look at it, people, because we're going to be here for a long time.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. Ricky Santana and Vinnie Valentino. We're going to go back out to the ring now, get ready for our next match on Big Time Wrestling. If you tuned in late, shame on you. You missed a good scientific battle in that first match between Stoney Burke and Tama Samoa, who I kept calling Coco all through the match. Man. I do things like that, and my white suit here can turn red real quick. Tama Samoa, Stoney Burke battling to a draw. I believe that they are getting ready for our main event. Now, this could take some doing because they're going to have to keep these two men separated. I think the minute they hit the ring, Coco, at least, is going to be at Oliver's throat. Well, we're going to find out what's going to happen here, because the main event could be coming up next, which would be Coco Samoa and Rip the Crippler Oliver. Promoter Don Owen, listen to this now. Promoter Don Owen is planning another big extravaganza in Seattle. Now listen to this. In Seattle and in Spokane. These are going to be extravaganza at the Seattle Center on Wednesday, September 24th. And in Spokane on Thursday, September the 25th. He has already signed up Sergeant Slaughter, and he's working on getting the Road Warriors, and he's talking to a number of big superstar professional wrestlers throughout the entire world of pro wrestling. He is really going to make this one a barn burner. Don Owen to make the announcement of our next match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next event will be one fall. introducing in this corner, 220 pounds from Los Angeles, Chris Colt. His opponent in this corner, 235 pounds, one of the most sensational wrestlers in the nation, Ricky Santana.
All right, our next bout, obviously, will be our main event. Although this could be a main event anywhere, Chris Colt certainly has been in a ton of main events worldwide. Chris Colt, yeah, that's right, Chris Colt has wrestled around the world. He was the original rock and roll wrestler, wearing his hair all different kinds of styles, all different kinds of colors, and he's still one of the flashiest, one of the most unpredictable pro wrestlers in the world of pro wrestling today. Look at those tights. Look at that. That'll blind an opponent. Well, he always has a little ritual that he's going to go through here. And Ricky Santana has a very short temper. I have a feeling that Ricky Santana is not all that patient. He may get this thing started before Chris Colt is ready to get it started. Ricky Santana certainly has taken this Northwest by storm. Boy, he has become extremely popular in every town they're in. Well, looks like Chris Colt wearing a body bandage. Or that could be part of his attire. With him, you never know. You never know. Every week it's like seeing him for the first time. All right, both men lock up at Santana against the ropes. Chris Colt, clean break. No, just a clean slap right across the face. Chris Colt, just a slap across the face of Ricky Santana. Now he yells at the crowd. The crowd yells back at him. Both men lock up again, and it's Santana against the ropes, and again a clean break is called for, and again a slap across the face. Santana retaliates with a slap of his own, and Chris Colt is outside the ring right now, complaining to Sandy Barr. Now he complains to Sandy Barr, then he got slapped in the face. Well, turnabout is fair slap, I guess. Santana didn't complain when he was slapped by Chris Colt. Chris Colt, well, exchange of hammerlocks. Down goes Colt. Santana staying right on top of him. Mark those dates down now, you folks here in the Seattle area and folks over there in Spokane. Don Owen Extravaganza coming your way. He's putting it together right now. We'll have more information as we receive it in the next few weeks. But we've got the dates anyway. It's going to be Wednesday, September the 24th at the Seattle Center Arena. And it's going to be Thursday, September the 25th in Spokane. Sergeant Slaughter is going to be in that card. I wonder if they would put Sergeant Slaughter in there against Abudadein. Boy, can you imagine what kind of a match that would be? Mercy. Sergeant Slaughter take one look at that flag of Abudadein that he keeps bringing out to the ring, and Buddha may not have that flag left. Or it may be waving from a particular part of his anatomy. Chris Colt still complaining to referee Sandy Barr. And he's reacting to something that somebody in the crowd is yelling at him, which could be about anything. A test of strength, and I would say that Ricky Santana has the upper hand right now in this test of strength. Chris Colt yelling and screaming, and now Santana just stomps on his hands, just like that. And Chris Colt is taking it out on referee Sandy Barr. Why do you let him do that to me? It hurts, and it's embarrassing. You talk about a bag of tricks. Chris Colt's bag overfloweth. He's going to try it. No, it didn't work. A slap across the face from Santana. Well, I'm sure that face is red under that beard. Not just from the slap, but again from the frustration and the embarrassment. Top wrist lock by Chris Colt. Grabs the hair and down goes Santana. Chris Colt saying, no, I wouldn't do anything like that. Sandy Bar, stomp on the shoulder, pushes the referee. Now, this may be a very short match if he does that too many more times. Now he's going to yell at Grandma over there at ringside. Oh, Grandma's going to get up. And Colt goes out, and she'll slap him. She did! Right across. She got him right in the face. And holds her hands in victory, and the crowd is going crazy. He's pointing and yelling something at her, but she nailed him. Right in the face. Good for Grandma. She's 90 years old, you know. Boy, I tell you, you don't want to cross her. She'll body slam you. Oh, yeah, Chris Colt using the ropes for leverage. Getting Santana's shoulders down. Chris Colt's so clever about this. He watches the referee. And he knows what he can get away with and what he can't. Again, using the ropes for leverage. And again, now Sandy Bar looks up there. And of course, he can see the ropes moving. But he didn't see what was causing it. That time he saw it. And that'll force a break. Grabbed him by his beard. Sandy Bar grabbed Chris Colt by his beard. And just threw him off of Ricky Santana. Pulled outside. Yelling at the crowd. Boy, they love to get on Chris Colt. Colt complaining that Sandy Bar grabbed him by the beard. He didn't like that. Chris Colt back against the ropes. Here comes an arm whip into the ropes. Ricky Santana going for a drop kick. And Chris Colt just hung on to the ropes. He suckered him right into it. You can see that. Now Colt coming down from the second rope. Two-handed smash right across the back of the neck. Ricky Santana has got some problems right now. Fingers driven right into the throat. Two-handed smash across the back of the neck. Here comes a whip into the ropes. Goes Santana. Colt drives knee into the solar plexus. Colt elbow drop across the chest. And now he works the trapezius. Chris Colt, one of his favorite holds right there. Clamping on to the trapezius. Extremely painful. Chris Colt deliberately took those fingers of his and drove them right into the throat of Ricky Santana. That would not be allowed had the referee had seen it. But there's no way the referee could see it. And in professional wrestling, anything goes. Right-handed smashes into the midsection. Colt backing up, holding his head. And now he's wrapped up. Oh, mercy. And Ricky Santana nailing him with right hand after right hand. And now uppercut. Two uppercuts. Here comes a third one. Wow. Down goes Chris Colt face first. Step over. And this could be it for Chris Colt. It is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ricky Santana. A victory over Chris Colt. We'll be back with a special interview and then our very special main event right after this timeout. Coco Samoa, you're just moments away now from one of the biggest matches in your career with Rip Oliver.
Right, Don, I want to tell you something. I'm glad to be here tonight. And I wanted you people to listen real good. Rip Oliver, tonight is our night, brother. You better be ready. This is the first time I'm gonna face you with the belt, brother. Tonight. Believe me, I'm gonna beat you tonight 1, 2, 3, brother. There's no way to stop me. Yakima, Pennington. The last time I was there, did not allow me to wrestle because of my eye. Believe me, Pennington, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I'm gonna beat Whip Oliver all the way. If anything's left, Yakima, I'm gonna beat you the same way I'm gonna beat you before. If I can't have enough for you, what's the name there, the what? The Swan? It's my first time over there since 15 years ago. You better start running, brother. Because believe me, I'm not gonna turn my back to you. I have a reason to put this on my eyes. To tell you, I'm not scared of nobody, brother. You better be ready tonight. Because I'm gonna come all the way to you to beat you 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Until I'm gonna chase you away from here, from the Northwest. You better mark my word, brother. I'm ready for you. Tonight or next week, I'm gonna taste you like a dog.
Okay, Coco, best of luck to you. Okay, Coco Samoa getting ready for his main event. Whether it's tonight, whether it happens tonight for Coco, maybe it'll happen tomorrow in Pendleton, maybe Monday in Yakima, maybe Tuesday in White Swan. Coco Samoa has asked Don Owen to put him in there against Rip Oliver in every one of those towns, starting right now, today, on Big Time Wrestling. This is the match, quite frankly, that I'm a little bit surprised that they're going to have on television. Coco Samoa. You can see the rage, you can hear the rage, and up here you can just kind of feel it as he's talking, as he's yelling, whatever. The man has been almost uncontrollable the past couple of days, the past couple of weeks, rather. Last week, boy, he had to be restrained a little bit during a couple of the interviews. Coco Samoa. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be for the belt. But Coco, more than the belt, he wants to hurt Rip Oliver. Here's Don Owen to make the announcement of our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final event of the evening will be the best 2 out of 3 falls or to a TV time limit for the Northwest Heavyweight Championship. Introducing in this corner the challenger, 235 pounds from the South Pacific, Coco. His arch enemy in this corner, 246 pounds from Florida, Rip Oliver.
Referee for our main event, NWA referee Sandy Barr. Rip Oliver, the holder of the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship belt. If you remember, he won that belt a few weeks ago down in Eugene, or I think it was Eugene, where they had a big 14-man over-the-top battle royal. The winner of the battle royal was going to be the winner of the belt, which was a vacated belt at that particular time, and Rip Oliver was the winner. That's how he got the belt. This is for the championship. Coco Samoa. Looking around, I don't know if those lights might be a little bright for him. They probably are. Now, I'm just wondering if this is the smartest thing for Coco to be doing. In there with Rip Oliver, with his eye still healing, his eye obviously needing that patch over it. The doctor gave him the release last week to go ahead and start wrestling. But he also warned Coco that you cannot get anything in the eye. Don't let the patch be taken off the eye to where it gets dirt or any kind of sediment in the eye, because that healing process is going to take some time. Well, so far, he's been doing all right. Yeah, patch has been staying on. Rip out. Now, I don't know what's the matter with Rip. Being a little intimidated now by Coco Samoa. Referee Sandy Barr says, come on, get out there. Let's wrestle. Main event. Best 2 out of 3 to a TV time limit. Both men lock up. Side headlock by Coco Samoa. Oh, baby, is he grinding away on Rip Oliver's face is beat red right now. Now Rip Oliver grabbing the hair and Coco Samoa against the ropes, and Oliver misses with a haymaker, but he recovers, and he hit Coco Samoa on the head, which has no effect whatsoever. He's got Coco's shoulders on the mat, rolled him over, got him on the mat for a 1 count. That was all. Oliver reaching up, grabbing the hair. And the hair of Coco Samoa is a very tempting target. By Rip Oliver. Coco Samoa, fire in his eyes. He's like a Samoan volcano. Erupting, exploding on Rip Oliver. Coco against the ropes. Coco into the ropes. Rip Oliver misses with a haymaker, and Coco Samoa is right there. Oliver against that turnbuckle. The crowd, that electricity that I was talking about is just, it's flowing through this air right now. It's all over this arena. Side headlock again by Coco Samoa. On Rip Oliver. Oliver again reaches up, grabs the hair. That didn't last too long. There he goes again. Coco hanging on that side headlock. Now Oliver. There's no way you can tell where the referee is. He's just grabbing the hair. Coco says, should I do it? Yeah, just a hard pop right in the eyes. Now, he did not drive the thumb into the eye. He opened the thumb and forefinger just kind of like that. It still has a very effective result. And Oliver is outside trying to walk this one off. Oh, these people are alive here in the arena right now. We hope that you've got everybody around your TV set, wherever you are, in the Northwest, for this special main event. A main event that I am surprised to see on TV. Now, Rip Oliver reached into his tights. I don't know if he's got something in his thumb. Yes, looks like he did. Whatever it was, he drove it into the face of Coco Samoa. Oliver, right hand block. Coco's coming back with a right hand. Another right hand. Headbutt. Oliver against the turnbuckle. Coco Samoa, another right hand. Coco with a whip into the ropes goes Rip Oliver. Oliver clothesline Coco Samoa coming off the turnbuckle. But Oliver's not in the greatest of shape right now himself. Oliver is hurting a little bit. Coco Samoa was just leveled by that clothesline. Here comes Rip Oliver. Kicks him in the back. Oliver grabbing onto the face. You know that Oliver's going to go for that eye patch if he possibly can. And now he's got Coco Samoa by the hair. He's going to go outside with him. No! And Coco hit hard out there on that concrete. Rip Oliver complaining to referee Sandy Barr that he was thumbed in the eye by Coco Samoa. Here comes Oliver outside. Forearm smash across the back by Oliver on Coco. And now what's Oliver going to do? Into the iron post. Oh, man. He shoved him shoulder first into that iron post. And he hit him so hard. Coco hit that iron post so hard that the ring jarred. That, my friend, takes a lot of force. And that can do a lot of damage to a man's shoulder. Now, Rip Oliver just rakes across the face, knee, boot. Coco Samoa outside on the concrete floor again. And these people are going crazy in here. Boy, a lot of people brought some signs, brought banners, and they're waving them at Rip Oliver right now. Oliver greeting Coco Samoa and whipping him right off that top rope, and outside goes Coco again. This time he did land on his feet. Crowd trying to, they are shouting encouragement to Coco Samoa. Trying to provide that fan power. Oh, Oliver thought he was going to suplex Coco in. And Oliver just hung on to the ropes. And Coco is flat on his back. Coco is hurting right now. As Oliver kicks and a forearm smashes, and now he whips Coco into the rope, and Oliver misses, and Coco Samoa comes off that rope. The flying chop, and he's got him! Coco Samoa came off the ropes, a two-handed chop that caught Oliver right in the throat. Oliver dropped like a brick, and Coco Samoa was on top of him, hooked him in, got the 3 count, and the first fall of our main event for the title goes to Coco Samoa over Rip Oliver. We'll be right back with more after this timeout. Brady Boone and Scott Doring.
How you doing, Don? That was a hell of a finish.
Yeah.
Coco Samoa is one of the fastest, energetic men I've ever seen in the ring today. The belts are on the line. What can I say? He's got one fall going for him. We may see the belts change hands here tonight. I really feel that. Me and my new partner here, what we've got going, we feel is one of the best combinations of tag teams I've ever been involved with. I feel this, my partner here, he's one of the fastest men, one of the most agile, energetic individuals I've ever been teamed with. Now, me and Brady are going to be going after the belts in Pendleton, Washington. We got the title on the line, the belts are on the line all week. We got Pendleton, we got Yakima. We're going after the Clan, we're going after Abudadein, we're going after Mike Miller. We almost had him here tonight. The Clan jumped in there. They just blindsided us right from behind. It's not going to happen. By the time the week's over, we plan to have those belts right around our waist. Tell him, Brady.
That's right, Skid. Same goes for here. I couldn't have a better man on my quarter. He's big. He's powerful. That's exactly what someone like me needs to compliment myself. Let me tell you, there's a few things I don't understand. And one of them's, well, Rip Oliver can bring someone in like Abudadein, a flag-waving commie foreigner, and have the belt. That doesn't make sense to me. Mike Miller, you're no better. You're supporting him. The only thing American about you is your name. And they make beer. Let me tell you, Miller, Abudadein, Rip Oliver, we've been beating the pants off you all over the Pacific Northwest. Everywhere we go, we've been putting your shoulders down 1, 2, 3. And when you do happen to maybe come out on a fall, it's from cheating. Well, let me tell you, whether it be Pendleton, Yakima, White Swan, Medford, Salem, right back in Eugene, and right here Saturday, we're going to get you.
All right. Thanks very much,
Like I
gentlemen.
said, Don, by the end of the week, me and this man here are going to have those belts. Whatever the other one is, we're going to have them.
Okay. Brady Boone, Scott Doring. We're going back out to the ring now for our second fall of our main event. First fall taken by Coco Samoa over Rip the Crippler Oliver. If you have a club, a church, a group, a school, an organization of some kind that you want to raise money for, you can book professional wrestling into your area to raise that money. All you have to do is call Barry Owen at area code 503-484-0840. And Barry will give you all the information on what to do and how to book professional wrestling into your area to raise money for charity. It's a great way to get the job done and raise the money. There's Coco. Boy, he is ready. You know, during that interview, and he had that fire, he had that intensity, and he carried it right into the ring and got that first fall from Rip Oliver. Now, I tell you, we got the belt on the line here. So Rip Oliver knows that his back is against the wall. This is best 2 out of 3 to a TV time limit. It doesn't take long for that time to become a real factor. We got about 4.5 minutes to go in our entire main event. Rip Oliver complaining to Sandy Barr that he counted too fast. Sandy's counting him right now. If he got to the count of 10, well, then he was going to be out. Now, Rip Oliver also knows that if the champion is disqualified, the belts do not change hands. But he is one fall down. And look at Coco Samoa exploding all over Rip Oliver. Oliver into the turnbuckle, back body drop by Coco Samoa on Oliver. And boy, I tell you, it has been Coco Samoa's fight so far. Almost from the opening bell. Coco Samoa using some clan tactics and moves on Rip Oliver. He's fighting fire with fire. Look at that. Oh, he about took Rip Oliver's head off and put it out in the concession stand. Oliver using the thumb. And now he's choking. He's choking Coco. Oh, uh-oh. Coco went down. Rip Oliver came off the ropes, and he hit referee Sandy Barr. Sandy is hurt. He is hurt. He got nailed right in the throat. We've still got 3 minutes to go in our main event. And looks like Rip Oliver was disqualified. Coco Samoa is the winner of our main event. Now, it was a disqualification on that second fall. Let's wait for the final decision here as to whether the belt changes hands. I don't know if it can, where the second fall is a disqualification. Sandy Barr is still trying to catch his breath. Rip Oliver went into the ropes. Coco Samoa went down. Rip Oliver came off the ropes, and Coco, of course, wasn't there, but Sandy Barr was standing right there. And Oliver hit Sandy. Sandy went down hard. Oliver got him right in the throat. Coco Samoa is asking for a reason. Apparently, Sandy Barr is explaining to Coco Samoa that the belt cannot change hands on a disqualification, and that you have to win 2 out of 3. That's it. So Rip Oliver retains the belt. You must win 2 out of 3, and one of those 2 cannot be a disqualification, or the belt remains with the champion. And that's exactly what has happened right here in our main event. Coco Samoa won the battle but lost the war. Here's Coco on the PA. Well, chalk up one PA, Mike. Coco Samoa wants Rip Oliver back in the ring. Now, Oliver's crazy if he gets back in there. He's already got the belt. That's it. And he's already lost 2 matches. All right, that's it. The main event winner is Coco Samoa, but he won it by disqualification, so the belt remains with Rip Oliver. We'll be back with a special interview after this timeout. Now, don't go away. There'll be a special interview right after this. Because of disqualification, your leader is still champion.
He's still the champion. He'll always be the champion. Coco Samoa got no chance. Brady, Boone, Scott Doring, who are they to stand up here and attack the mean man and myself? I, for one, am proud to be a champion in this country, and they can never attack the mean man. He served his country. Has Brady Boone or Scott Doring ever served their country? You're looking at the Marine Corps' finest, baby. Semper Fi, do or die, right here. I only wish I could have served my country in the same way. Now, you all know we're going to be in Pendleton, so you better get a ticket, get on down to Pendleton. Take a look at the clan. Yeah, come on, all you Indians. You've seen us before. You know what we can do. Get on down. We're going to do it again. That's right, White Swan. We're going to turn you all into ugly ducklings down there in White Swan. Seattle, Spokane, all you snow buddies up there, get you a ticket. Come on down, see the Sandman. I know you can't wait. Tell him, Mike.
You know how it is, Don Kosh. You're looking right up here at the Pacific Coast Tag Team Champions. You're looking at the single champion. Now, what in the Pacific Northwest, how much better can you get? You can't get any better. Brady, Boone, Scott, Doring, baby, you after these belts, you're going to have to work a heck of a lot harder than you're doing now, boys. You have to get in there. It's going to take blood and guts, just like I served my country, just like my man said. So you don't worry about this. You better worry about staying alive in there and quit getting your shoulders pinned 1, 2, 3. If you don't, we're going to do it.
Well, Don Kosh, Coco Samoa, Ricky Santana, Brady, Boone, Scott Doring, every one of you boys get a good look at these belts. Coco, you thought you had it that time. You come close, brother. But I still got the belt here, and I'm going to be in Pendleton tomorrow night, and I'm going to be in Yakima Monday, and I'm going to be in White Swan, and I'm going to be all over the Northwest. I'm going to be in Spokane, Seattle, you name it. And Coco, don't think I'm ever running from any man walking, brother. I represent this belt with pride. My clan represents their belts with pride. So, Coco, anytime you want it in, you're a heck of a man. You're tough. But, brother, you're going to have to get a little bit smarter. I still kept the belt, and I'm going to keep it from now on, Don Kosh. You can tell them the rest.
Okay, that's Rip Oliver and the Clan. Rip Oliver in our main event against Coco Samoa. If you tuned in late, that bout ended in a victory for Coco Samoa. Unfortunately, the second fall was won by Coco by disqualification. That means the belt remains with Rip Oliver. So Oliver's still the Pacific Northwest heavyweight champion. This has been quite a day, and it's going to be quite a day next Saturday, too. You join us then. This is Don Kosh. Thank you very much for joining us on Big Time Wrestling, the very best in the Northwest.
Big Time Wrestling has been brought to you in part by Mossy Nissan Ford.
Watch the mystery and suspense on Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Weeknights at 11 on KTZZ TV 22, Seattle. Welcome to Saturday afternoon at the Westerns on KTZZ TV 22, Seattle. Coming up, the all-time